Welcome to the free Super Tips World Cup preview. We're discussing England at the moment. We're going to talk about the Group G and put the focus on it now. We're going to talk about the group games for England. We're going to start off with the game in Volgograd, Monday, June the 18th, 7 p.m. I'm sure the pubs will be busy for this one. Tunisia up against England. Steve Frith, I'm going to start with you from Bet365. England, obviously, odds on to win this game?
Yeah, memories of 98 when England, Tunisia, Scholes and Shearer, was it that day in the sun? Good start for England, quite clearly. 3-on with Bet365. Tunisia have lost one of their main creative forces as well, which will be a blow. The gaffer, the Tunisian gaffer, saying it's like Argentina going without Messi, Masakni. So that's a big blow for them. I'm just looking at how England qualified, Anthony. They've scored 18 goals, 3 1-0 wins, and it was 0-0 at half time in 5 of those as well. So I might actually be going down that line. The fact that Tunisia will make it difficult for England.
They will, yeah.
Yeah, and as much as they possibly can. So a half-time score of 0-0 at 2-1 is where I'd been looking.
Okay.
You don't know how I can't imagine this England side being totally gung-ho in the first game in a game that they're expected to win. Okay. Admittedly, and they scored a lot of goals in the second half for England, or even draw half-time England full-time at 13-5 is probably where I'll be looking to play.
Okay. And Ray, I guess Gareth will be looking for a nice sort of start, clean sheet, obviously important, maybe a 1 or 2-0 victory. How do you see the first game going?
Well, Tunisia, I think they'll go there. They can play two different ways. I mean, when they're playing the better sides, they really do pack the midfield, make it difficult for the other sides, which, you know, England have to have the quality to break them down. So as Steve says, 0-0 could be a decent bet half-time. But you still think they had the quality. They got enough on the bench as well to change it. You know, Jamie Vardy with his pace could upset a few people coming off the bench last 20 minutes or so. So I expect England to win. I don't think there'll be loads of goals. I don't think it's going to be a free scoring game.
No.
So under 2.5 goals, people might look at. But if I was having a bet,
19 to 20.
I would probably go. I'll probably go for 2-0.
2-0.
2-0 England.
Yeah.
Maybe one goal in the first 20 minutes of the second half, and then when Tunisia have got to come out a little bit more, they might nick another one at the end.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I think 2-0 will be a popular scoreline for England against Tunisia in that first game. Dean, we'll get your thoughts now on the game in Volgograd. Obviously, England looking for a good start. Tunisia as big as 10-1, and we've heard from Steve, 1-3 England. We'll be lumping on 3,000 to win 1 England in the first game.
Certainly
You're
not.
cutting down your stakes, Steve.
Should be wife's watching.
Not on the baseline, obviously. Right, okay.
Yeah, as you know, opening group games are always a bit cagey, and I think even more so for England after what happened at the Euros. You know, they'd be a bit edgy.
A few nerves as well.
Yeah, exactly.
A few nerves from the young
As
players.
you've said, Ray, Tunisia are going to pack the defence, pack the midfield. They'll be more than happy with a draw. I think what you said, Steve, I could easily see it being a draw at half-time. We've gone for a 1-0 England victory. I think it could get a bit panicky. It could, you know, I think we'll dominate it. We'll have a lot of the possession. It'll be one of those games where it could be sort of 75th minute before we score, and it stays 1-0.
Yeah.
You know, I think a low-scoring victory, definitely.
Okay, so Steve's going to go for 0-0 at half-time. Ray Parlour's going for 2-0 to England against Tunisia, and Dean for a 1-0 victory
1-0.
For Gareth Southgate's men up against the Tunisians in that first match. Let's move on to match 2, shall we? This is going to be on a Sunday afternoon, isn't it? 1 o'clock will be a nice time to watch the game. This game against Panama, the second match. England around, Steve, what are they, 1-5?
1-5, yeah. You going to play the double, Anthony?
Can I do that, or is it linked? Can I play the 1-3, 1-5?
You can pay it. Yeah, you can play that double. Yeah, 8-13 or something like that, isn't it? So it'd be one for you.
Don't know that much about Panama. I mean, I've looked at their qualifying record. I mean, it looks like they're going to struggle and really be the whipping boys of the group.
Yeah, they recently drew with Wales 1-1, but they also played Switzerland and lost 6-0. It was 4-0 at half-time, and what happened here? They conceded early, then conceded 4 goals within 18 minutes. So again, depends what happens in the first game, of course, you know, as well for England. And again, England to win 2-0 is 8-13. So if you like your odds on pokes as opposed to paying the 5 on, whether you want to play the handicaps or England to win 2-0 at 8-13. And again, if you're expecting a tight first half and England to open up a little bit more in the second, a draw half-time England, full-time at 12-5. Listen, we'd love England, wouldn't we? I'm not speaking as a bookmaker, as a fan. And I suppose as a punter as well, to see England win 3-4, 5-0. Until we see Panama in the first game, we don't really know much of their quality. So
would England's approach depend on what's happened in the first game? Obviously, if they have the draw against Tunisia, then the pressure's on, isn't it, to get the 3 points?
Of course it is. Yeah, definitely so. But if England aren't beating Panama at 5-on, you suspect that they've had troubles
so
first game.
it should be smooth. I mean, Ray, again, how do you see this one going? Obviously, expecting England to come through.
Well, they come third in their qualifying group, didn't they? Panama, behind Mexico and Costa Rica. So you look at Panama. They're quite a solid side, though. They're sort of side that can defend very well. Not great going forward. They're trying to hit England on the break.
If England get the early goal, it could open the floodgates.
Absolutely. That's what Gareth will be hoping for. Southgate. They can get the opening goal quite early in the game. Then Panama suddenly got to change tactics a little bit. The more the game goes on, it'd be right down Panama Street, because it's a situation where you've got to try and break them down. England will put more players forward, but they're not bad on the break, Panama. So, but again, 1-5 on, as Steve says there.
Yeah. They've got a big centre-half, Roman Torres.
We can't be one. Yeah, he scored the winning goal.
He got the winning goal, but
qualify.
Against the Swiss, he made a number of mistakes, and I'm just thinking he could maybe be exposed against the pace of that England forward line. And Gabriel Torres, another Torres, actually plays up front. Ready once had a trial with Manchester United, so he's clearly got ability. Don't score many goals, only got 9 goals in qualifying. As I say, this should be again.
It should be no problem for England, and I will probably. Do you know what? I will probably stick to my 2-0 again.
Another 2-0?
It could be another 2-0.
Okay, so 2-0 again for Ray there. I mean, Dean, obviously they've got the Belgium match only just 4 days after this game, so I guess if England are comfortable, Gareth will sort of have one eye on that, mightn't he?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot depends again on the first game. We think they're going to get through the first game with a 1-0 victory. If they do, the shackles will be off slightly more for the second match. Panama will probably have similar tactics to Tunisia.
They're going to park the bus.
That's what they're going to do.
You can hang your hat on that, Dean. Your old Panama one. You can hang your hat on that, pal.
Another great gag from Fred.
He's on fire.
We'll edit all them out.
We'll say another one.
So 2-0, same as Ray.
Yeah,
I think this is
4-1 Bet3s. That's the shortest price.
Providing they've won their first
most
game.
popular scoreline in football, isn't it? 2-0. So,
yeah.
Okay, so expecting England to go into the third game with maximum points then, with Steve thinking that maybe England to win to 0, 8-13, and 2-0 for Ray, 2-0 for Dean as well, around 4-1 for England against Panama on the 24th of June. The third and final England group match should be more of a test though, shouldn't it? Let's start with Dean this time, up against Belgium, a team who always come into the tournament with a chance of winning it. Again, a lot's going to depend on what's happened in the qualifying matches. I mean, you're guessing both teams will be going through at this point, so I'd be looking perhaps at a draw in this around sort of
that's exactly. You're looking at my notes again, aren't you, Enzo?
Yep.
If, as we expect, both teams will be sitting on 6 points by this stage. You know, they know each other well as well. Most of the Belgium team are Premier League players, you know. They'll both probably rest a few players if they're sat on 6 points.
I think
a draw looks
one thing about it though, Dean, I think a lot.
They'll be looking at the other group as well, won't they?
To see who's going to be maybe top in the group and come in second.
Do we want to draw? You know, do we want to go and win this? The last games are massive.
But looking at their draw in the last 16, is it going to be a massive
there's no big name in Group H,
either way, whoever they get? Because they're more than likely got Poland or Colombia. So I can't see them sitting there thinking we'd rather one or the other out of them two. Probably.
I think both managers will have their own idea of who they want to try and play.
I think if you're looking at it now, this far in advance, we'd be looking at the draw, something like 1-0 or something against Belgium.
Well, I think there'd be more goals in this one. I think that it'd be a game that a lot more quality on the pitch. You know, Belgium are good attacking going forward. Could expose probably England at the back, but also England have got good pace as well. So I can see it a bit not like a 1-0, 2-0.
Both teams to score at 4-6 at Bet365.
Well, I think that might be the bet. Both teams to score, as Dean's got 1-1. But I think someone will win the game.
Over 2.5 goals.
Whether you're going to go with Belgium, what's the price of Belgium?
They're 6-4 favs.
They're favourites
on
the game.
Roll favs, to win. I'd be laying the draw here.
Okay.
I'd be tempted to lay the draw. Belgium's last 0-0 was back in 2014. So this is a side full of goals, as we know. Their group that they qualified from, they bucket loads of goals, but it was a good group to get out of. And England's recent record against Belgium is very good. 1 defeat in 21 against Belgium, but we know Belgium have got some class acts in their side. It's like a Premier League game, won't you? Be good to watch.
Of course, the famous David Platt goal, remember?
Yes, over the shoulder volley, Gary Lineker's face,
Great stuff.
Remember that, back in the day.
Would the prices change, for example, if one of the teams were on the chase, if they needed to get the 3 points, and maybe England were comfortable, for example, or Belgium needed the points, that would obviously change the price.
Prices will change.
Okay, but Belgium at the moment, your favourites?
They are favourites, yes. 6-4.
Okay, so what are you going to play here as your recommendation? It's early doors,
England 15-8. I think England win this game.
England to win
England win this game. England top the group.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go England come second in the group.
Okay.
And
both teams to score. You going to go in this game?
Both teams to score.
Okay.
Whether it's going to be a draw or Belgium win, but I think that England will come second in the group.
Okay. And this game, Dean, you're thinking a 1-1 draw?
We're thinking 1-1 if the group's gone according to plan and both teams arrive on 6 points. That's what we think, 1-1.
Okay, so we're thinking maybe a draw for Dean in that match. Steve fancies England, though, to win the game at 15-8, and Ray thinks both teams to score would be the best way to play it, thinking there might be goals in this England-Belgium match. That's on the 28th of June. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff there in Group G. So that's the chances of England's group matches. We're reckoning that England will get through the group comfortably. Just to sum up, finally, we're thinking England probably... You're thinking 3 wins, aren't you, England?
Yes.
Okay, maximum points.
That's
top
brave,
the group.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Get the bunting out.
I'm going to go for 6, hopefully 7.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I think we'll end
2
up
wins and a draw?
Yeah, 2 wins and a draw, and as we said earlier, we'll go out at the quarter-final stage.
Okay. So the guys expecting no problems for England then in the group matches. 2 wins and a draw. The general consensus, though, Steve's more confident he's going for maximum points for Gareth Southgate's men in the group.